The Averitt Cougar spring sports teams passed the halfway point through conference play. It's only right we take a moment and look behind the scenes and find out about the person who makes the athletic department run so smoothly. A sports information director is a type of public relations worker who works for the athletics department of a university to provide statistics and other pertinent information about a university's sports teams to the news media and general public. I interviewed Drew Wilson, the SID at Averitt University, and asked him some questions about his job. Your average day, whether it's hour by hour, or what do you do throughout your day?
Sure. Weekdays are pretty normal, and pretty regular, I guess I would say. A lot of times I get in around 8 o'clock. I usually drop my kids off in the morning and then get here about 8. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes I teach an 8 a.m. class for about an hour. But regardless, usually my mornings are doing a lot of catch-up work on whether it's administrative stuff that I have to do, as the sports information director for the athletics department. Checking out, make sure budget stuff's right, credit card reports, hourly reports for our workers, web maintenance for the athletics website, social media, just making sure everything's planned out for the day, and then usually try to take a lunch break, come back, and then if we have a game, usually it's in the early afternoon, so it's getting helping with my assistants get all those press box or whatever set up for whatever game we have going on, or if it's multiple games for multiple venues. And usually the afternoons are a lot. If it's depending on the sport, sometimes we have afternoon games, so it's working sometimes in the afternoon at games, or it's prepping for a night game.
What are some of the hardest tasks that come with being a sports information director?
I think probably some of the hardest tasks are every day is different. So every day presents new challenges, whether it's a game day or a non-game day, depending on what you want to do. I think the biggest challenges come on the days where we have multiple home events at the same time usually. That can really spread you thin on staffing, depending on what sports are playing. So I would say those probably are the biggest challenges.
Can you talk on how time-consuming the job of a sports information director is?
Being a sports information director, it's definitely not a 9-to-5 job. It's 24/7. It's just depend. You're kind of held hostage by other people, by other schedules, whenever your teams play, and so there are times where you have to sacrifice some family time and whatnot. But it's just trying to make sure that we provide the best student athlete experience and also best experience for our fans. That's why I put a lot more into it, is because I want it. I see that as being successful.
What would you say is the biggest downside in this job?
It can be draining. It can be really tiring. With the long hours that you put in, and there's always something even when I do take time for myself, there's always something that can be done. And so, the time management can be tough sometimes to balance all that.
So what would be one piece of advice you would want someone interested in becoming a sports information director like you to know?
Gosh, one thing, huh? I would say, you've got to be flexible with everything. You've got to be versatile with scheduling. Like I said, this is not a normal 9-to-5 job, and so you've got to be aware and know that, okay, I'm going to work a lot of nights and weekends. That's just part of the deal. But I think the other thing too, in terms of being flexible, is also with your knowledge. You've got to know a lot of different sports. You got to know a lot of different rules.
Though the hours may be long, if one truly loves sports and helping a team succeed while being in the background, a sports information director job may be right for you. For WSCT 13, I'm Trevor Ramagos.